Deep within the library's silent belly, Dr. Eleanor Reynolds felt most alive. Surrounded by the scent of aged paper, she sought a hidden treasure, a rumored blank volume, lost for centuries, whispered of in legend. Some dismissed it as folklore, but Eleanor knew better. A scholar of lost languages, she felt an undeniable pull toward the relic. After weeks of navigating labyrinthine aisles, she found it. The book lay forgotten, nestled on a high shelf in the oldest wing. Bound in what seemed like human skin, its cover bore no title. As she ran her fingers over its surface, a chill crept up her spine. Hesitantly, she opened it, breath hitching in anticipation. Its pages, yellowed and brittle, were as empty as the legends claimed. Disappointment pricked at her. Had her search been in vain? But as she lifted the book, something caught her eye. Ink bloomed across the first page, forming a single word. Written in elegant cursive, it was a name. Eleanor. Her pulse quickened. The book was not as empty as it seemed. The library, once a refuge, now felt oppressive. The book's weight in her hands seemed to grow heavier. Had she written in it before and simply forgotten? Fear, cold and insidious, crept into her heart. Determined to test it, she wrote, "The sun will rise tomorrow." Locking the book in her safe, she tried to ignore it. The next morning she retrieved it with trembling hands. Beneath her words, a new line had appeared, as it always has. The book had answered. Days turned into weeks, and the book's grip on Dr. Reynolds tightened. It began with trivial predictions, small, harmless coincidences. Then, the events grew chillingly precise. She was both fascinated and terrified. The book was not just a predictor, it was a chronicler of fate itself. The entries appeared in her handwriting, yet the words felt foreign. This realization chipped away at her sanity. The library's silence was no longer comforting. Now it whispered to her, unseen voices in the dark. Her sanctuary had become her prison. The book, her captor. She was caught in a macabre dance, each entry pulling her closer to an unknown fate. One night, a chilling new entry appeared. "Do not turn the page. Your curiosity will be your undoing." The words were scrawled in frantic blood-red ink. Terror gripped Dr. Reynolds as the warning loomed over her. Sleep evaded her. Every creak of the house felt like the book calling. Her reflection in the mirror was that of a stranger. The book had seeped into her life, poisoning her thoughts. Reality and the book's narrative blurred into one. Curiosity was no longer a search for knowledge. It was a beast she could no longer control. The temptation was too strong. With trembling hands she made her choice. Ignoring the blood-red warning, Dr. Reynolds turned the page. Silence fell, heavy, absolute. Then a single word materialized. Eleanor. The book had claimed her. Shadows and whispers swallowed the room. When morning light pierced the curtains, she was gone. Somewhere, in another dusty library, the book reappeared, its pages blank, waiting, watching, searching for its next reader. Curious? Turn the page, or just subscribe.